What's up, guys? Barry Gaming here, back with some more Idle Heroes, and today we're gonna do something finally off screen. I'm gonna sit down here. I'm gonna kind of share my experiences with 2C so far. We're gonna try some PvP battles. And what we're gonna be running is just one Tussilago. Of course, what I do want to run her with is a crown and not an AMB. I need to go find where that crown ended up going to, because at this point, I actually don't remember where I had it. So Drake actually had it. Hold on. One thing that I have noticed is one thing I've been running is a V3 Drake with my team, and it's actually been doing pretty decent. I actually want to go to crit attack as well. This is going to be kind of a dual purpose. We're going to be testing out a Drake. No, I don't even think speed is worth it on him, because there's no way he's going to outspeed our other heroes. We're going to build him more of like an attack Drake. But the big thing about V3 is his defense down, his lure, but it's a 70% chance to hide in the void and dodge attacks. I just realized that hide in the void. Is Drake a secret void hero? That's so stupid. Ignore me. Just ignore me, guys. But we're gonna run a full gear setup on him. I think what we're gonna do is we're gonna continue with a speed attack 1-3-2C with, of course, an upgraded A and B. We're going to do speed enables, and we have V3 plus with the speed imprint. Besides that, we are also going to be running a sword flash, same exact setup with a V3 plus. We're not going V4 on her because we can't afford to. And then we're doing the same thing on Queen, but running a full gear setup just to give her a little bit more tankiness, since she's going to be in our slot 1. So we're kind of running like an assassin team here. Most likely what we're also going to do is just throw in a couple of these Rogans. Why do you have that? Oh, you don't have another piece of gear, huh? Give me that. Let's place that right there. These are the ones that have the better stones overall anyway, so we'll just go with them. Actually, HP. Nah, we'll go with that. We'll go with the first two Rogans. So we're going to see how this team does. I want to see how it does in PvP. I've actually been running it quite a bit. Let me make sure I got the right two Rogans in. Well, yep, looks good. With energy, overall, it hasn't been too bad. That's what I've been running. Let's go up against some teams in CCL, because let's be honest, CCL on my server is much weaker than the friends list right now. So I want to see how these battles actually work out. Let's find that Drake. Let's make sure it's the first two Rogans, and then we'll grab one Tussilago. I've had better experiences just using one Tussilago instead of multiples. Let's see how it works out. I'll probably win against, these types of teams. Sorry, guys. There's like a little bug flying around my head, and it's driving me crazy. If you see me swatting at the air, you know what's going down. But overall, 2C doesn't seem to be that great. I actually feel like I'm enjoying the upgraded Drake more. God, that new skin is awesome. Right there, so 2C did take out one target. But again, usually against teams like this, I'm not going against enemies that have a lot of void imprints. So when I'm punching down with Tussilago, it's not a big deal. As you see here, she actually does good if you are the stronger team already. We have Transcendence heroes. It's not going to be a competition. She pops off. She does tons of damage. That's good and great and all. But really, like, there's nobody enemy-wise on our server that has a ton of heroes. We'll try this one. This one has a 4Cs. Let's see what happens when the 4Cs hits us with that imminent doom when we have two Rogans on our team. That is, if he even lives. He actually might die. Nope, he did get it off. So let's see what happens to these heroes. Luckily, it didn't hit Tussilago, but when you only have one 2C, there's not many emblems out, as you notice. Only on Russell right now, and he's not even the lowest health target. We got one right there on Ignis, which is good. I mean, as you see, when we're punching down, it's not much of a deal. Drake is kind of like my MVP. I'm actually really enjoying him. The defense down and the fact that he can live is huge in these combats. Absolutely huge. But you see, 2C's she's not horrible, but she's not doing a lot. But I'm also hitting down, which is the big difference. The second I jump onto my list and I go against people that have very similar void imprinting power. So let's go against, of course, the one that I love testing against is June/Jason's account, Butterfly, where we have actually very, very similar void imprints, and we even have more heroes. I know the order's a little different. We'll have to swap that back around real quick, but the second you get to endgame meta, it seems like she does start to fall off pretty significantly. Oh, these counterattacks. Although, we're actually cleaning up pretty nicely here. This is going a lot better than it has in the past. And I think the one big change is adding Drake into the team. Drake does seem to synergize very, very well. Oh, wait. This is not a good test. I totally forgot. This team is not set up for the PvP right now. It was set up for the Void. So let me not do that one. That's probably not a good example. Here's going to be a good test. So equal power. Oh, wait. I have the wrong pet select. Well, that's fine. We'll stick with the deer and see how the deer works out for us. But there is that enemy forces. They do have the better artifacts on their heroes as well. Right here, Tussie gets hit with that imminent doom. She's probably dead at the end of the round, is my guess. But she does heal back up, and then pop goes Tussie. She just goes down pretty hard. Doesn't get to do that much in combat. We'll go against a bunch of other people too, so you get examples of a lot of different setups here. Let's get our team back to the order that I like it in. Let's again just make sure we had the two correct Rogans picked and go back in. But I mean, we're looking at V3+. Not many people have V3+. Then again, not many people are facing the endgame compositions like I am as well. The other thing you have to remember is I have actually invested a ton in the light celestial island tower. So my attack, my speed on light is maxed out, my attack is basically maxed out, and my HP is like halfway through it. So it's by all means, we're not anywhere near weak. But I do think wow, that combat went very, 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 very smoothly. But again, we have two void heroes with us. The best way to really test this out is if I were to drop like this and throw in another hero. Like honestly, if we threw in like another Rogan here or something like that, let's see what happens then. Because the queen pumps out a lot of damage, and it's not saying it's bad necessarily. It's saying that it's unreliable. One thing I will say, multiple 2Cs is actually not as good as we originally thought it would be. Maybe if we had the Stellar Shard income to do it on multiple heroes, but as you saw right there, that did like no damage whatsoever to Russell. And you notice the second we drop our second win condition, our second win condition of having both Sword Flash and Queen is when you see the issue here. Yes, the second we try to build our team more even powered with the enemy, things like this happen a lot. This would be a good example. We could throw our Queen back in and see what happens in combat. Basically, they have a 2C as well. Instantly proc to 0 HP. I mean, I don't think their 2C is going to get much done this combat. It might heal a little bit, but honestly, I think our Rogans are just going to pick her apart as well. 4Cs, though, got the imminent doom off, which was the important thing. And at this point, both 2Cs are completely out of the combat. They're not doing anything. Is the best example to show that the 2Cs just cannot survive to do anything good in combat. Plus, they can't get to their active. Maybe if their basic attack did something better, it would be a much better situation. Now, we did win this one, but of course, both the 2Cs sitting here in the same slot and doing absolutely nothing. Let's run it back one more time since we have an enemy 2C that is powered up as well. I mean, that time was a little better. Part of it probably does have to do with the fact that Drake is on our team. And Drake does make our team a little bit better. He's actually one of my favorite heroes in PvP combat right now. But he has to be void imprinted. If he's not void imprinted, he does not have the survivability to stay on the field long enough. But the second I made him void 3, he just seems to be outperforming a lot of other heroes that I want to put on my team. The chance to dodge is just absolutely amazing. Again, this is the same fight. Doesn't matter if I win or lose here. The issue is 2C does nothing in endgame content. I mean, we could even go up against this. Let's see what happens against like a double Russell composition. I mean, it's just, ooh, wow. Wait, why did that Russell die right there? He didn't proc on bending. That was a little sus. I don't think this team might be set up quite right. We'll let it go though. That was a big hit by Tussi right there. So here we're kind of hitting down again. We're going 2 Transcendence versus 1 Transcendent, which is not a fair fight in any way. And I know we have more Stellar Shards. So the name of the game right now is, if you have more Stellar Shards, you will win. If you don't, you will lose. And that also affects Tussi's performance, in my opinion. If she's a win more hero, which is not necessarily a good thing. I don't think I've ever fought Skull X. Give it a shot with our normal team here. Let's see what happens. But when you're trying to test a hero against very similar powered teams, she's just not performing at all. That's the biggest takeaway from this is, yes, she can look like she's doing good if you're fighting people that you know you would have won pretty much if you put anybody in the team. Like if I put a Russell in this team, I would probably still beat a lot of the teams that were beating with her in the same manner, if not maybe even more with the Russell. That's kind of a big deal. I know I keep harping on it, but a hero that only does damage and does not manipulate combat in any other way, shape, or form is going to have crazy damage, kind of like Sword Flash does here, to be considered part of the PvP meta. If you are weaker, if you can't survive, if you can't get to your active because there's carries, and your basic attack does literally nothing, your hero right here, perfect example, just out of combat, not even doing a thing. She didn't even affect the battle at all here. We'll fast forward, we'll probably lose. But that is just like a prime example. At least Rogan's buff your team. They give you more healing. They give you more damage. They buff your speed, your crit, all sorts of things. And that's just kind of my overall feeling with her. I have used her in pretty much every single form. Energy version of her is completely useless. She'll die in like 2 hits. A and B is solid. Splendid Crown is really good on her. It's really, really good. Magic Stone Sword Splendid is alright. It's just really weird. This hero, I'm really hoping for a buff, but I wanted you guys to get my experience because everything else you've seen so far has been me on a live stream, trying to talk with chat, trying to multitask. This is just me focusing on the combat and trying to let you guys know how I feel. So let me know what you guys think about Tussi. I'm really hoping there's a buff coming this week. I'll let you know. Make sure you hit that subscribe button so you see every single video. I know it's a lot of videos. I know. I'm flooding you with videos, but I just got so much I want to show. So much I want to show. I'm going to give it to you. So hopefully you guys enjoyed it. I'll see you guys next time.